Hello, I'm Erik Spurlin. I'm a partner here at MPL law firm. I practice in estates. I'm a certified elder law attorney. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about asset protection provisions in power of attorney documents. I'm going to talk about this because in my practice I see that the most realistic and significant threat to everyone's savings is the threat of long-term care and the cost of long-term care. There are ways to avoid it, but you need to be in the right position to do it. The power of attorney is incredibly important in that respect. So I'm going to go through an example with you to help highlight this. So we have John and Jane, husband and wife. And John suffers from advanced dementia. He had a fall, he's now in the hospital, and they're saying he can't return home. He's got to go to the nursing home. The nursing home is about $13,000 a month in Pennsylvania. So the client comes to me and says, what can we do? My first question is there a power of attorney, and what does it say? Because in Pennsylvania, the best way to protect assets, for all the fancy techniques that we have, is to get those interests into other family members' names, one way or another. We can only do that if we have the legal authority to make the transfers. And so in this example, Jane may take the power of attorney document and may transfer the real estate that she and John own into her name alone. And that can help protect it from estate recovery and help avoid nursing home costs in the future. But to do that, Pennsylvania would say, before 2016 anyway, is technically not in John's best interest because we're taking the home out of his name and we're not putting anything back into his name. But if John were lucid, he would tell us he wants Jane to get the house, not the state or not the nursing home, right? So in 2016, Pennsylvania finally realized this and they updated their power of attorney law to say, even though we have a best interest standard, we're going to allow the agent to act in accordance with principles reasonable expectations, which means if we're clear about our expectations in the power of attorney, that we would want this asset protection strategy to move forward, we can do it. That's made the power of attorney incredibly important. So in my powers of attorney, we may have a provision or a paragraph about asset protection that says my agent can take my property if I'm in a situation where long-term care costs threaten my savings. They can take that property and they can transfer it to irrevocable trusts, or they can use Medicaid annuity planning. All sorts of different options and strategies that we use to avoid the threat of long-term care from a financial standpoint. And we give our agent express and explicit authority to do all of those things on our behalf if we can't do them. Keep in mind, that's a powerful provision. We're saying that the person we're naming as agent can take everything we own out of our name, put it into their name. We probably want to put some limitations on that. The limitations are going to be specific to your situation. This is why we don't use LegalZoom or something like that. I'll give you an example. We might say that my agent can take my funds and put them in my agent's name or my children's name, but only if all of my children consent, only if I'm incapacitated, only if they meet with an attorney first to make sure they understand the effect of what they're doing, only if the transfers are made equally to the people that are named in my will. All kinds of different limitations we can put on there, and what's right for you is going to be specific to your family, so it's an important conversation to have. If I can leave you with one message, it's that, again, long-term care is the biggest financial threat to your average American, and the power of attorney with asset protection provisions is the best tool we have in the toolbox to combat it. I'm sad to say that in my career, I've had to look at a number of families and tell them we could save the house, except the power of attorney is missing a few sentences. And legally, we can't transfer it. We're out of luck. So I don't want any of you to be in that position. If you have a power of attorney and you're not sure if it's the right power of attorney, send it to me. I'm happy to look over it and let you know. But more than anything, make sure that you devote serious attention to these provisions in the power of attorney because they can make all of the difference. Contact us if you have any questions. Thank you.